Good morning, everybody. Day 2 of IFSA Global EXPO 2025. My name is Adam Robertson. I am IFSA's Marketing Director. Sitting next to me is Jens Kuhlen from gategroup. gategroup is a platinum sponsor of Global EXPO this year. Jens, welcome and thank you for the sponsorship.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks for having me here. Thank you.
From your perspective, what trends are you seeing in our industry right now?
There's a lot of trends going on in the industry right now. It's a very dynamic time. What I would say is, together with the premiumization of seats and aircraft and newer aircrafts coming in, you see a much more focus on food choices, particularly on beverage choices also, which we obviously have to adhere to and to go through the motions with the airlines and have different choices ready for them. We are seeing choices for healthier food, more diverse food, culturally diverse food. And again, they're local food, local beverages, which is also interesting. It goes both ways. And I think these are the key trends, I would say, from an onboard consumption perspective across the board for every airline across the world.
And so with those trends, we heard a lot of that conversation yesterday too. We had our thought leadership yesterday. A lot of those similar subjects are popping up. How is gategroup leveraging innovation and technology to respond to those trends and, of course, help out your customers?
Yeah, I would say we tackle this in two ways, right? So one is the pure innovation part. We have a very, very large and dedicated team of chefs, not only here in this region in North America, but like globally, that is essentially always looking to elevate the experience, the food experience, particularly in the industry. And then particularly and specifically here in North America, I have an innovation chef. She is kept out of the production environment for a purpose. I always say, like, Molly, you basically stay out of this, right? Because I don't want you to be involved in the day-to-day. And she basically does nothing else than like trending, going through trends of the industry, going through food trends, speaking to all of her contacts across the world, like bringing all of this together and seeing what can be done and elevated from a food in the air at 35, 40,000 feet view, and then bringing it into innovation sessions with our customer where appropriate, and that is about ingredients, that is about appropriate food that can be served there. And that's on this side, and then obviously also on the beverage side. I see a lot of trends going towards like wine choices and everything, like very, very elevated there. So we're working with wine partners there to make sure to give the choices to our customers. And then if I pivot over to the technology side, which is more and more getting relevant in our industry, obviously AI in so many different application ways, be it realizing or scoping out what is coming back from a consumption perspective from an aircraft into our units. Then also making sure that we are packing it the right way, they are packing the right choices, giving the customers choices around what should be boarded, what is really consumed from what you are boarding, what of the food is consumed, and thereby making choices in this regards. And then obviously from a technology perspective, which is always a big key in our industry, is efficiencies. And we're working with our self-developed ERP system and transportation system and internal feedback loop system. So we have a whole suite of proprietary technology that helps us not only work efficiently, but also like consistently and like reducing like flight attendant comments and missing items and all of that good stuff. So, that is basically what we are very much focused on that end.
A lot of work, and compared to last year, we're almost at that cusp of technology where it's like you need to adopt that into your systems, and it sounds like gategroup is doing just that.
Yeah.
Jens, as gategroup as a leader in this space, what responsibility do you feel, does gategroup feel, to advancing our space, to contributing to making sure that these trends are indeed moving forward?
Yeah. Look, gategroup is the largest airline caterer of the world by far, and we are operating as the only remaining caterer, like the trends go in this way, this times, the only remaining caterer globally. Like, we are really the person or the body that like an airline calls and we answer, and that is one of the things that we really are very proud of, and that we think is a huge selling point for us with the airlines and with our customers, and we are very proud of that, and with that comes obviously, with the size and with the reach comes responsibility, accountability, and leading by example, and that is something that we are very mindful about. And we really want to set the standards for the industry. We want to basically the one that is leading and guiding, in terms of food sanitation, in terms of equipment sanitation, in terms of unit sanitation, in terms of technology, in terms of innovation, in terms of like everything that is relevant for our industry, and like looking into, or basically looking 2 steps further, like what do our customers want? What we are basically not second guessing. We're basically really trying to narrow this down and be the consistent partner for our airline customers.
Of course. Now, if we can take a little bit of a step back, we're obviously here for Global EXPO this year. Today is the first day that our show floor is open. From your perspective, why should people and their companies be here this week?
Look, I mean, there's a lot of expos and a lot of type of this in the world. What I would say makes IFSA and the expo here and this whole environment in the 3 days so unique is the good balance between, you said it before, thought leadership, bringing people together, the networking aspect. It's amazing. Like last night, I ran into so many people there, and I didn't really realize how many people I really know. But was amazing even more so was like how many people know me, and know gategroup, And so this whole element of, realizing and scoping out and having discussions with direct competitors of yours, or like peer suppliers of the airlines, to understand where the trends go, what the others do, what of that can you learn and adopt for your own business, exchange thoughts, understand what our customers want, I mean, everywhere you go, you run into 5 to 10 customers of ours, like easy, So I personally really do appreciate what you were basically setting up and pulling off and through here every single year, and I think it's very, very valuable for everyone who's here.
Well, we appreciate you. We appreciate gategroup's sponsorship. This is a great conversation, Jens. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Adam.